Jaguar Wright has made a claim that could change how some people view Diddy's life behind bars. According to Jaguar, the reported prison confrontation may not have been nothing more than a random inmate dispute. She has suggested there could be a much bigger force behind it, and that the person allegedly connected to what happened could be far more powerful than anyone expects.
For me is the truth. The truth about you. You're murderous. You're murderous. Say what you want to say about me. But for 20 years I've known y'all was murdering.
Before going further, there is one important distinction. Jaguar Wright is making allegations, not presenting verified proof that establishes who ordered an attack or whether such an order even existed. Her claims remain unproven, but if any part of what she is suggesting were independently substantiated, it could raise serious questions about what may actually be happening around Diddy while he remains incarcerated. Jaguar has spent years speaking publicly about the power structure surrounding major figures in the music industry. She has repeatedly accused Jay-Z of having enormous influence over relationships, access, and narratives within entertainment. Now, her claims go further, suggesting that Jay-Z and Beyoncé could somehow be connected to Jay-Z and Beyoncé could somehow be connected to difficulties Diddy has experienced behind bars.
Why has Jay-Z been coming up with you lately?
Because he's a monster. He's a monster. And I've known he's a monster for years. I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more drugs he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her accountable.
No, girl. Not my beautiful Beyonce.
I tell you this right now, y'all talking about free Britney. Y'all need to be doing a campaign that say free Beyonce.
Beyonce is free.
She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
Oh, God, no.
She better than me. I passed. I made a good choice.
If Beyonce is in prison, she's in one of the most expensive prisons ever.
Yes, she is. And she's watched 24 hours a day. She's not allowed to make a choice for herself, not at all, not in any way. People think she has an amazing life. She is told what to say, she is told what to eat, she is told what to drink, she is told what to wear. That's how bad y'all.
Again, there is no confirmed evidence presented here proving that Jay-Z or Beyoncé ordered an attack on Diddy, but the allegation has gained attention because it leads to a larger question. What has actually happened to Diddy since entering the federal prison system? To understand that, we have to look at where his incarceration began. Diddy was initially held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a facility known for strict routines, limited privacy, and difficult conditions. He was not entering prison as an ordinary inmate. He arrived as one of the most recognizable figures in entertainment, carrying decades of fame, controversy, money, and public attention. But once those prison doors closed, that celebrity status could not guarantee the same protection and control he had outside.
Former warden who worked at the facility says Combs' life could still be in danger there. And that former warden is Cameron Lindsay, and she joins me now. Cameron, great to have you here. We just read it out loud. One lawyer for one inmate called it the MDC overcrowded and understaffed, hell on earth. Combs' own lawyers called it horrific. Why are conditions so bad there?
Well, it's been a number of years since I've been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, but what I can tell you is New York City, being the biggest, most populated city in America, the MDC has a difficult time recruiting and retaining staff. So one of the key issues is the lack of staffing. And it would be unfair for me not to mention that the vast majority of MDC staff are hardworking, salt of the earth, well-trained people. I know many of them. They're fantastic people. Unfortunately, however, there has been a disproportionate element of corruption within the ranks of MDC. And I think that has to do with a number of factors, to include the inability to hold on to the really good staff.
Yeah.
Many of them leave.
Combs isn't the only famous inmate to be housed there. We had Sam Bankman-Fried there, R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell. They were all inmates there. Sean Combs is being kept away from the general inmate population. You say his fame makes him a target.
Yeah, sure. And not necessarily at the MDC only. I mean,
anywhere.
Yes, in my humble estimation, his life, his safety is in jeopardy, and any correct.
Accounts surrounding Diddy's incarceration have described a highly restrictive environment. Former inmates have discussed crowded dormitories, bunk beds, limited recreation, and long periods spent inside the federal system. Former prison officials have explained that famous inmates can become attractive targets because their identities and cases are already known to other prisoners.
Reported that he is housed in the special housing unit. It's important to note that the special housing unit is a lockdown, 24-hour lockdown unit. The MDC Brooklyn is a high-rise. The vast majority of the floors are general population floors, but the special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown facility. So this is for Mr. Combs' protection. His incredible worldwide celebrity combined with the allegations, the charges now, and indictment, of course, of acts of violence against women make him a very attractive target.
All right.
Obviously, they need to safeguard him.
This is a man accustomed to the very finest. He was arrested at the Park Hyatt Hotel in New York City, known for its luxury suites and exceptional food and wine, where one-bedroom suites start at $3,000 a night. He was probably staying in something larger. What is life like for him now at the MDC?
I would say 100% total culture shock. The MDC is, I've used the word austere a lot, but it is. It's austere, it's strict, it's impersonal, it's cold, and it is a very tough place to be detained.
Yeah, we've got 1 hour of rec time a day, 3 showers a week, a 6 a.m. wake-up call. He's expected to make his own bed and mop his floor, 3 meals a day delivered to his jail cell door.
I don't know about mopping the floor, but definitely the lights come on at early morning around 6, if not somewhat earlier. The thing is, Liz, being in administrative detention, being in the special housing unit, he's not going to experience.
For someone who spent decades surrounded by security personnel, assistants, employees, and people protecting his interests, prison represented a completely different reality. Diddy was eventually transferred to FCI Fort Dix in New Jersey, a lower security federal facility. The move might have suggested that some of the pressure would decrease, but his fame followed him. Other inmates knew exactly who he was, knew about the allegations surrounding his case, and knew that anything involving Diddy could become major news outside the prison. Then came the reported confrontation that pushed the story into the spotlight.
Reportedly been put in solitary confinement following a violent prison fight with another inmate. TMZ reporting the fight happened sometime this week inside Fort Dix Federal Prison, where he's being held. The National News Desk, Jeff Harris, joins us. So the details surrounding this fight are slowly beginning to emerge, but what information have you gathered so far?
So citing multiple sources, TMZ is reporting tonight Combs got into that violent fight with another inmate after that inmate insulted the music mogul, who then took matters into his own hands. Now, the source is saying the two got into a scuffle, began pushing one another, and then started throwing some jabs. Prison staff quickly intervening, separating the two men. Now, Combs was reportedly put in solitary confinement, but it's unclear tonight if he's still there or if he could face future consequences for the fight. Right now, he's scheduled to get out of prison in February 2028, but that date factors in good behavior. If prison officials feel he was in the wrong, that release date could reportedly be impacted. Now, when asked for comment, a Fort Dix representative saying, quote, "We are not at liberty to disclose or provide internal information pertaining to any inmate in our custody. Such information would not be available for the public domain." As of tonight, Combs' team has not yet publicly responded to the reported fight, but the Federal Bureau of Prisons did say it doesn't comment on disciplinary matters or other information regarding individual inmates due to privacy, safety, and
Once news of the confrontation emerged, speculation quickly followed. Some people questioned whether Diddy may have been defending himself. Others wondered whether something had happened before the reported fight that the public still did not know about. That uncertainty is where Jaguar Wright's allegations enter the conversation. According to her claims, Jay-Z allegedly has a motive to want Diddy silenced. That remains an allegation, not a proven fact. But because the accusation involves two major names in hip-hop, the story has attracted enormous attention.
Blood. Kathy Coriana White,
broader allegations about Jay-Z's alleged treatment of women. She has claimed that some of his alleged behavior was even worse than what she has accused Diddy of doing. Jaguar has described her own alleged experiences as part of the reason she believes she understands the environment surrounding powerful industry figures. She has also claimed that an alleged incident involving Jay-Z was recorded. Those are serious claims, and they remain unverified. But within Jaguar's narrative, she believes those experiences help explain why she continues questioning Jay-Z's relationship with Diddy.
I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did. Then you didn't want to sit next to him at the Grammys.
Who was a victim of Sean Combs are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't.
The conversation becomes even more complicated when older names and stories are brought into the picture. Claudia Jordan has been mentioned in discussions about why people who were close to powerful figures may hesitate to speak publicly. That raises an uncomfortable question. What happens when someone has been around influential people but chooses not to come forward? The discussion eventually returned to Kathy White, whose name has been surrounded by speculation for years because of claims about her alleged relationship with Jay-Z and the circumstances surrounding
listers, rappers, and celebrities. The article that was published in 2010 included details of a wild night out in Las Vegas with Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Kathy White, and a model named Claudia Jordan. Their evening was said to be filled with gambling, clubbing, drinking, and a lot of PDA. We know Beyonce and Jay-Z had been married since 2008, but Beyonce was nowhere to be seen at this evening out. Once this article, along with damning photographs, were released, an editor over at Star Magazine reached out to Kathy White to try to get her side of the story. This former editor over at Star Magazine's name is Liz Crockett. Liz was writing an article looking into some of the controversy surrounding Jay-Z, his history of cheating and shady behaviors, and she was building a timeline, and she really wanted to hear what Kathy had to say about their alleged relationship. And Liz reached out to Kathy White to hear her side of the story. Kathy White denied even knowing Jay-Z. Once Liz was able to produce photographic evidence, Kathy agreed to consider coming forward and sharing her side of the story. A few days after this initial conversation, Liz had not heard anything back from Kathy White, allegedly. This prompted her to give Kathy White's PR firm a call. Liz was able to reach one of Kathy's employees at her PR firm, and this employee allegedly shared that Kathy White had passed away suddenly.
The circumstances surrounding Kathy White's death have generated speculation for years, particularly because of claims about events that allegedly happened beforehand. However, suspicion does not establish wrongdoing. Important details surrounding the case have never been publicly available in a way that allows every claim circulating online to be independently confirmed. That uncertainty has allowed different theories to continue spreading, especially whenever discussions about Jay-Z's past relationships and industry connections resurface.
Found out that Kathy White had suddenly passed away, she was completely shocked and immediately wondered if this was not a coincidence. Sources close to Kathy were able to divulge that Kathy had gone to Jay-Z to let him know that she was considering coming forward and sharing her side of the story and her truth of what has been going on between the two of them. Within days of Jay-Z allegedly learning that his alleged mistress was going to come forward and expose their ongoing offense, this woman was pregnant.
Other stories involving women connected to powerful entertainment figures have also been brought into the conversation, but when separate stories are placed next to one another, the discussion can quickly turn into a much larger theory about influence, silence, and control. And that leads to perhaps the biggest question. If someone believes powerful people can control narratives or shut down uncomfortable conversations, where does a person go for answers?
I'm gonna name some names.
Sure.
And I wanna know, were you around them?
Sure.
I would like to start for what everybody knows is Jay-Z.
What about him?
Were you around him, and what capacity were you around him? Was it strictly, was it only
NDAs
unplugged?
in my life.
Okay.
Both of them were with Mr. Carter. Ask me what you want to know and I'll answer what I can.
Let's just start with the base level. Business, personal.
Both.
Both.
And for someone who never truly had the capacity to appreciate that moment in time, to steal it from the masses, to hide it.
That is the concern at the center of Jaguar Wright's message. She argues that powerful interests may make it difficult for certain stories to receive the attention they deserve. Whether those fears are justified is another question. What remains clear is that Jaguar believes these issues are important enough to discuss publicly, even while acknowledging the potential consequences. Her claim that Jay-Z could somehow be connected to a threat against Diddy remains unproven. There is no established evidence presented here showing that Jay-Z ordered an attack or attempted to silence Diddy. But the allegations have opened a much larger conversation about celebrity power, prison safety, old industry relationships, and the difference between documented facts and speculation. So what do you think is really happening behind the scenes? Is this simply a prison incident surrounded by rumors, or do Jaguar Wright's claims raise questions that deserve closer scrutiny?